In this video, we're going to cover some important reading tips and tricks. We're going to cover all 4 parts, talk about difficulty, strategies, and a lot of things in just 4 minutes. The first thing is, in parts 1 and 4, there is something similar. You get a passage, then you get multiple choice questions. After you're done with that section, you get another section, and that is a response letter or comments to the previous passage. So there's a time limit for parts 1 and 4. A lot of people just say, okay, we have 2 sections. We'll give 50% time to one section and 50% to the other. This is wrong. Remember, in the first section, you want to spend 80% of the time because you would be looking at the passage for the first time and answering the multiple choice questions for the first time there. Now, when you have already understood it, spend the 20% remaining time in the response or comment section, which is section 2. That will make your life easier and it will help you with time management. Now, when we move to part 2, that is a picture question. It's called reading, but you see a picture instead of text. Now, this picture does have text and you want to analyze the picture, see what they're talking about there. Take 2 minutes to do that. In this part, you first look at the picture in detail because in 2 minutes, you can look at everything in the picture. It's not long. There's not a lot of text. So do that and then jump on to the questions. Usually we do it the other way around, but in part 2, it's different. However, when we go to part 3, the strategy changes. Here, you got to look at the questions first. In part 3, you have a lot of questions, about 9 usually, and then you have 3 to 5 paragraphs. You have to match the paragraphs with the questions, which means, is the thing mentioned in statement 3 being mentioned in paragraph A? Is the statement in 2 matching paragraph D? So you gotta match them with the statements. Now, if you read all the questions, what it does to your brain is it tells it or reminds it what keywords you have to look out for when you're reading the passage. So now you go to the paragraphs, you start reading them one by one. All of a sudden, some keywords pop up and you're like, this was mentioned in the question. You stop, you read it in detail, and then you're quickly able to match it. And that's always going to be the benefit when you read questions first in part 3. So read all of them with detail and with attention to keywords. When it comes to part 4, that is the most difficult part. In part 4, what you need to understand is the vocabulary level increases. So now you're expected to know good words and phrases. At the same time, if you understand another key thing, you will do this very successfully. Part 4 is a debate. It's usually 2 people arguing about one topic. As long as you understand that, you can answer a lot of questions because they ask you, how did person A disagree with person B, or vice versa. Now, again, as I said, this part is the most difficult part. The difficulty level increases from parts 1 to 4. Now in IELTS or in different exams, you would just say, okay, we'll do parts 1 and 2 quicker and then give more time to 3 and 4 because they're difficult. You cannot do that in CELPIP. You have a dedicated time for each section. You just need to be mentally prepared for the hard levels that are about to come. And remember, at home, practice with decent vocabulary lists because the last parts will require you to know good words. Finally, my last tip is going to be for you to paraphrase. When you look at the questions, do not expect the same words to be mentioned in the passages. Words are paraphrased easily. What is written in the question will definitely 80% chance not be written the same way, and the sentence can be also varied. So make sure not to stick to certain keywords and try to find them, but also look at the paraphrased versions, the synonyms, and they will be the ones giving you the entire answer. Please like, share, and subscribe for more great CELPIP reading tips.